Okay. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, Witch of the Dark Castle. We are back. Hey Oodles, hey Narake, hey Dola, hey Hearttrip. Recently read Vegeta's Tales. Good news though, I have cute glasses on the way. Ooh, cute glasses, that's big. That's big. Welcome to Glasses Gang. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me back, Yin Sid. 78 in my house and not by my choice? Oof. That's rough, bestie. I'm sorry. That is the awful. We are going to continue. Chapter 3. I still don't know how many chapters this game has, but... Rescue of the Princess! Alright. Apparently I leveled up last time. Also, hey Adele. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh yeah, we got a Grimoire last time, and a Ruby of Destruction that one rich person apparently has a monopoly on. Thank you for that rousing speech. Well, I'm melting. I'm not built anymore. I was actually about to make a joke earlier in your Discord, but I was like, nah, it's too easy. People would see it coming. I was gonna say something like, even if Oodles did have a werewolf boyfriend right now, he would have to sleep on the couch tonight because it would be too warm to sleep with him. We're gonna have to add glasses to bottles now? Yeah, put glasses on everyone. Yeah! Let's go! Fun fact, when Morgan and I were still pretty early on in dating, she didn't need glasses at that point. She does have a prescription and needs them now. But one date we went on, she got into the car and she was wearing glasses, and I was like, oh, did you get glasses? And she was like, no, I just got some fake ones because I know you like them. And I was like, hell yeah! On my clear frame again, I can say I definitely prefer having the darker plastic dork glasses. Yeah, I have the big black frame plastic ones. Doors of the Hindle Gate slowly open. No one dead can be seen outside. At the head march 42 infantry soldiers with tower shields and long spears, followed by 100 knights in full armor, then 56 archers. I'm like, if you're in like full plate mail and stuff, where's the zombie gonna bite you anyway? I mean, I guess they can still like crush you to death in the armor, and there are gaps in the armor. I don't know if there are gaps in the armor that, you know, zombie teeth could bite through. I mean, you are heavy, so they could very quickly overwhelm you, I will say. Behind them ride 16 mounted soldiers, including the captain, and at the very rear march 41 lightly equipped volunteers, including you and Havelock, 255 in total. Marching out, Hilrevi is nowhere to be seen. Zombie just pops your visor open and give you a kith? I mean, if it's a zombie with glasses... Advance along the city's main road carefully, yet boldly. Actually, I can't betray my main character like that, because, she's cute and has glasses. And has big witch hats, so... Undead group spotted ahead, a messenger shout rings out. Kiewitz gives the order, advance! Seems the heavy infantry in the front line make contact with the undead. Shouts and the clang of steel carry over. The column doesn't halt. It keeps marching on, stepping over mangled corpses. Another horde of undead lies ahead. It's a huge one, the messenger's voice rings out again. Kiewitz shouts, forward! Heavy infantry crashes into the undead. Fierce roars and furious clashing steel thunder out. The army's pace slows more and more. Kirit shouts, "Form an encirclement!" The knight spreads out to the sides to surround the enemy horde ahead. Just then, another group of the undead comes charging in from the right side of the street. You? Of course I'm gonna fight them. I got this. You shout, "Everyone spread out and step in front of the undead." Following your voice, the other soldiers disperse and meet the charge. Battle starts against undead horde. Oh wow, that one's got some rough things going on. When you attack an enemy, yeah. What do you do? They're level 9, attack is 10. I'm level 11, my attack is 12, so a group of moving dead humans, reeking of rot, they surge at you. Little else is known. God, I love the music in this. The whole presentation of this really does make me think of Voice of Cards. I attack again. Uh-oh. Oh! There's catches you. Owie. 5 damage. Okay, I haven't taken damage in quite a bit. Hey. You have 2 HP left. 2 HP, really? Get out of here. Oh god, double 6s. Ow. Okay, I'm rolling terribly. Bang. Oh, snake eyes. Get out of here. Nice. They say victory is decided by numbers, but you're still stunned that so many undead were brought down in an instant. For you, a battle with this many fighters is a first. Add 5 to your experience points. Party reaches the slope that leads up to the castle. A massive horde of undead is waiting there for you. Mixed among them are around 20 figures clad in red-purple robes. Are these necromancers? Clearly unlike the undead, they form an orderly, disciplined line and seem to be preparing something. They're living humans, and they look like mages. The undead make no move to attack the mages, instead waiting in several clustered groups. It's the Whisperers from The Walking Dead, I believe? A whisper of shock and fear spreads. Those are mages of the ruler church. Yeah, of course. Why would we trust the church? Never trust the church. Never ever. Think the mages control the undead. Think the undead were created for a purpose. Think the mages control the undead. Think the undead were created for a purpose. Control the undead. You begin to suspect the undead are being controlled by the mages. They seem mindless, monsters that attack people at random, but now the possibility that they're moving under magical orders suddenly feels far more likely. Fighting while climbing the slope puts you at a disadvantage. The only conclusion is that these mages must have known about today's offensive in advance. At Kirit's command, the archers step forward and draw their bows. Pretty sure I parked next to a couple of Mormon missionaries at Sheets tonight after getting my meds, and I never ran into that store as fast as I did. Yeah, I've had to deal, here you have to deal with a lot of the people that come up to you and try to proselytize. So I've come up with various ways to get them to leave me alone. A hail of arrows is loosed all at once. Some strike the undead, but it doesn't seem to trouble the mages much. Mormons doing missionary. Yeah, missionary soaking. Not a single enemy mage falls. Every arrow is embedded in the ground short of them. Most likely, their magic diverts the arrow's path. Yeah, they have a shield. Ripple of unease runs through those around you. Kirit says them clear the way and brings the cavalry to the front. He means to lead the charge himself. The horses thunder up the slope. The enemy mages seem to be casting something, but the knights press on, aiming to smash straight through the center. The enemy force splits apart, and the mages begin to scatter. You? Enemy force splits apart, and the mages begin to scatter. I mean, I shouldn't follow a cavalry charge, I don't think. That's scary. Hold back and watch. You hold back and watch, following the knights. The faster soldiers cut into the enemy. Their line collapses, and it seems some of the mages are starting to run. The knights are truly unaffected by magic. The outcome is decided. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna run in as a foot unit and follow a cavalry charge. That's just, you know, basic military knowledge. You let the cavalry charge, crash into them, and then, you know, lay into them with arrows, or maybe have some people start to move forward, but I'm a mage. I'm not gonna move forward. Even with the numbers on your side, the fact that not a single ally has been killed can only be called sheer luck. Oh, you have wards. Damn, mages seething and malding. Seems that half the knights carry a magic sealing ward. From the captive mage's account, you learn that the witch Ingeborg is in command, and that high-ranking mages and a great number of undead are lying in wait inside the castle. Our advance is already known to the enemy. Even so, we have no path but to press on, Kiritz cries, rallying everyone. You reform your ranks and begin marching toward the castle once more. You know, some mages are much more bold. I'm not like one of those tank mages, though. Although I do love the few times in some CRPGs and things where I've been able to play like a mage that uses fists and then just walks in with not armor, in robes, but I have like rock armor or bark skin or something, and then I can just go in and punch the shit out of people as a fist mage. I'm pretty sure there's some CRPG I played where I straight up did have like rock fists. I think I like stole the fists of a golem or something and hollowed them out or some metal shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm big, strong, but also I can do my arithmetics too. Fist bolt? That's exactly what it sounds. That sounds awesome. You crest the slope and head for the castle's east gate. Around the castle is a water-filled moat. A bridge spans it, leading to the castle. A moat around the castle, filled with water to hinder invasion and fire attacks, and to serve as a water supply during a siege. And to serve as a water supply during a siege? I don't think that works, because they are going to poison the moat, the water in the moat. And even if they don't poison the water in the moat, due to the siege, there's probably dead bodies in the moat. So, I wouldn't, I mean, if it's your only course of action, I guess, but, you know. Heavy infantry at the front cross the bridge carefully. The cavalry behind them begins advancing two abreast. The bridge is narrow. The gate ahead begins to open slowly. At the same time, the heavy infantry break into a run all at once. Why when I'm reading this do I feel like I'm doing like a, I mean, I know why, but I'm like, this feels like I'm like doing a reading on stream. Like, I feel like I'm one of the volunteers at a library that's like reading books to kids, you know? That's how I feel right now. It's like story time with Quasi. This is going to lead to me like doing live fanfiction readings on stream or something. Even Kirit's shouts of "Wait!" doesn't reach them. Why do they break into a run? They may be under a spell that affects the mind. To pursue them, Kirit spurs the cavalry into a gallop, but the lead horse pitches forward and crashes to the ground. Then the horse beside it goes down as well. No, the horsies! Arrows, an ambush. Looks like the horses are being killed with a single shot. Sharp, terrifyingly precise arrows come flying from the top of the flanking tower to the right of the gate. While you rescue the unhorsed knights, the gate swallows the heavy infantry and then slowly closes again. You freeze in place and strain your ears. Screams ring out from beyond the gate. Dozens of them. Are they being turned into zombies now? Little by little, the voices dwindle. When silence returns, the gates begin to open once more. Kiritz gives the order to advance, staying ready for attacks from above. You cross the bridge with care and pass through the gate. All the while, no arrows come from the flanking tower. You find it even more unsettling. But the sudden lull in the arrow fire feels ominous. There's probably some kind of trap waiting ahead. This looks like a garden. Neatly trimmed hedges are planted in a circular pattern. Oh no, it's the hedge maze from a Resident Evil game. Add quote, I'm going to be doing a live fanfic. What in the world? I did say that, huh? Also, why is that not working? That's weird. That's very weird. It should be working, because I had to look to see if my bot was on. My bot is on. I'm trying to remember, add quote? That's the, you know what? I gotta check now. It's gonna bother me. Oh, it's quote ad. That's why. It's quote ad. I was thinking that might be it, but I was like, I can't remember. The center lie the heavy infantry's corpses, piled atop one another as if they're only just died. Canopy is pitched beside the garden, and beneath it sits a figure on a lavish chair, a woman with an overwhelming presence. Oh, I'm stupid? No, no, no. I do that all the time because so often it switches between the two. Oh, I forgot about that quote from Bonnie Bear. Congrats, Oodles! Ineborg! There is no one else around the witch. Then who in the world killed the heavy infantry? The witch seems to be holding back a laugh. Oh yeah, that's a Dami Mommy laugh right there. This is why I'm an Apple user. You stare at the witch's face. Hello, Maleficent. She feels nothing like the witch from stories and fairy tales. You sense someone far more brutal and cold-hearted. You press forward, and knights advance to stand before the witch Ingeborg, which bursts into laughter, and at the same time, 9 eerie dog heads appear in midair. Then she chants a short spell. Behind you, the corpses that were lying there moments ago, the heavy infantry rise to their feet, becoming undead. In the shadows all around, a mass of undead emerge and surround you. Kiritz, command a huge ring-shaped tight formation forms. Alright, Kiritz. The witch abruptly rises to her feet, her face twisting with rage. I mean, I like your purple. I don't like how the hat makes you look like you have no hair, though. Like, the horns are cool and all, but yeah. As the witch's roar rings out, the dog monsters surge toward you. I said Maleficent too, Oodles. It's crazy. Also, Oodles, please do not pay attention to the 9 wolf heads currently flying towards you. Please ignore them. Monster's gale passes straight through your bodies, leaving only the ringing echo of clashing metal behind. I'll take all. Power to you, bestie. I mean, at least they're just heads, so that's... So, you know, fuck it. So that's not 9 knots you have to worry about. Everyone holds their breath, but not a single person falls. What just happened? Did that thing even hit us? Then you see something shining gold scatter in a flash at the knight's feet. Frightened knights murmur uneasily. Captain, the magic sealing wards. You. Think the next attack will be magic. Gonna pretend you're talking about the speed of submarines? Yeah. Yeah, no. Oodles always enjoys going 500 knots. You think the witch's magic is coming. Witch Ingeborg begins to chant a spell. You have a plan, one that makes magic useless against you, but the enemy knows it and has prepared a countermeasure. At Kirit's shout, everyone surges towards the witch all at once, but it seems everything is already too late. The ground glimmers faintly. A surge of invisible power clamps onto your heart and tries to tear it out. It hurts. At this rate, you'll die. You feel like you're being thrown around inside a violent storm. But you felt the sensation somewhere before. Resist? Give yourself. You felt the sensation somewhere before. Am I going to be a brat to the Dami Mommy Witch, or am I going to just go full bottom? You felt the sensation somewhere before. I think we should resist. You fought desperately against the power of the spell. Violent shocks, like your soul being torn from your body, slam into you again and again. Little by little, your awareness clears. Somehow you endure a torment that feels like it will last forever. When you look around, only you and Havelock are still standing. Both the knight and the undead lie motionless. Looks as if everyone died in an instant. Oh my god! Fear and despair crawl up from beneath your feet. I like how it looks like the veil is connected to the top of the horns. Like, that's funny. That's hilarious. She had this fit in mind, so that means the veil is connected to these horns. This is like Minotaur bride fit right here. Like, Oodles would order this from Spirit Halloween. With that, the witch turns on her heel and vanishes behind the canopy. When you come to, you are surrounded by fully armed soldiers. Behind them stand ruler church mages as well. Both you and Havelock tried to run, but countless corpses snag your feet, and despite your struggle, you're captured. You're separated from Havelock. Oh shit, they stole all my stuff! Stripped of all your belongings and locked away in the castle's underground dungeon. In this dark, damp place lined with countless cages, it seems you're the only prisoner. A guard lingers here until a moment ago, but when you stay quiet, he wanders off somewhere. You're left alone in this cold cell. Well, it's an RPG and we're locked in a cell, which means we're going to escape. You stand before the iron bars, tormented by helplessness. There are things you must think about. Amid all that death, why did only you and Havelock survive? How can you get out of this cell? You? Think about why you and Havelock survived. You recall the magic the witch Ingeborg used. What on earth was that? You feel like you've had the same sensation before, but you can't remember. If they have magic that can target the inside of my body and make it feel like my heart is being ripped out of its chest, then you know mages have created some very horny magic. As if stricken with a fever, you sink into a deep sea of thought. All at once, you come to your senses and feel a presence outside the bars. A life-sized wooden doll stands there without a sound. You jolt in shock. Yeah, I would too. You think you recognize this doll. I feel like you've seen this doll before, but you can't remember. Where have you seen it? The doll slowly blinks and bows. This is... No, she isn't a doll. She's a sentient wood golem. She bends slightly and points at your feet. There, a meal sits in a wooden bowl. Bread and... Oh my god, that soup does look delicious. So does the bread. Bread and a delicious-looking soup. Eat first, then leave this place. You feel as though her voice speaks directly inside your head. It's not poison, right? Beg, let me out of here. Eat first, then leave, as she told you. Okay, I'm gonna do that. She turns her back and walks away. Just as she says, you decide to eat while you think of a way to escape. You... Eat the bread or drink the soup? The bread's probably the safer bet, but damn, that soup looks yummy, right? Give me that soup. You drink the soup. Delicious. Tomato and potato soup. You regain 2 stamina points. While you're eating, the guard comes back. After he sees you're staying quiet, he quickly leaves the cell again. You... Examine the... Well, no, we keep eating, because she's told us to eat, then escape. Keep eating. Finish the remaining bread and soup. Grateful for a meal in these circumstances, you regain 4 stamina points. With your stomach full, you look around, idly wondering how you're gonna... Oh. Okay, I admittedly thought where this was going was that, like, I don't know, she hid a key inside the bread or some shit. I thought that was gonna be why she told me to eat and then leave. Suddenly, something about the cage door feels off. The padlock is gone? It's not locked. Would Golem remove it for you? The moment you step out of the cage, the door at the far end of the dungeon opens, and someone starts to come in. It's all over, except the one who comes in is... Hilrevi! Paneri, you embrace, checking each other for injuries. Once Hilrevi sees you're safe, relief softens her face. Seeing it, you feel a little calmer too. Revi says she followed the knights from the safe zone to the castle and saw the knights slaughtered and you taken away. I think the knights were wiped out, Revi says. She's been waiting for the right moment to come save you. I love her! Ask about Havelock's whereabouts. You asked, do you know a warrior named Havelock who came with me? Right now, a man named Grin has gone to check the next cell. I'm sure he'll be fine, says Hilrevi. And take these too. With that, Hilrevi hands you several magical items. Now let's go. You follow Hilrevi out of the cell. When you leave the dungeon, there is... Havelock! Beside him is a man wearing a red cloak. I'm Grim. Good to meet you. Seems he was the one who rescued Havelock. Well, look at this Three Musketeers bastard. Let's go. The princess should be at the end of this corridor, says Grim. To your left is a long corridor, and straight ahead is a single door. To your right is the passage leading to the cell where Havelock was held. You... The left is a long corridor, and straight ahead is a single door. To your right is the passage leading to the cell where Havelock was held. Open the door ahead first. Decide to open the door in front of you. As you quietly ease the door open, a slovenly man's voice drifts out from inside. Not yet. The sword isn't finished. Peering inside, you see a middle-aged man drinking alone. The small room seems to be a break room for the guards. There's 30 wooden tables and chairs with shelves built into the wall. The man seems to have mistaken you for someone else. Seeing you, he says, that's nothing. Sorry. Forget it. You... What are you doing here? When you ask what are you doing here, he curtly replies, drinking. You ask if you may enter? You ask me I come into the room, the man answers, you'd better not. I'm a monster. Wonder what he means by monster. Do you wonder what does he mean by monster? The man seems to sense it. You just thought I'm a nutcase, didn't you? That's right. Something's wrong in my head. I'm insane, he says, and gulps down his drink. Anyone would go mad in this mess. Dwell in this country's misery. In a hopeless situation like this, it might be stranger not to go mad. The two of you fall silent for a while, no one speaks. It's the man who finally breaks the silence. The man begins to sob softly. You step into the small room and sit in the chair across from him. Are you responsible for this stuff some way and are having immense amounts of guilt that you're drowning in alcohol? I feel like if I say I know how you feel, you're gonna react negatively to that. What happened? You gently ask that something happened. The man bursts into loud sobs as if a dam has broken. Terrified. For the past 2 days, every time I wake up, both my hands are soaked in someone's blood. What on earth am I doing at night? Werewolf. Werewolf. I guess it has to be a full moon, though. You said for the past 2 days, every time you wake up. A monster now. That witch... Ingeborg put something inside me. Kill me. If you don't, someday I'll... That child... He bawls. Suggest tying his hands before sleep? I don't think kink is gonna help here. Ask why the witch did that to him. You ask why did the witch that do that to you, he says she's making me forge one magical weapon after another. She means to go to war with someone. I didn't want any part of that. Then the witch, she put a terrible spell on my body. She threatened me that if I don't do as I'm told, she'll never change me back. Magic sword is already finished, but I can't bring myself to hand it over to her, he says. Ask him to come with you? Tell him you don't want him helping the witch. Come with me? You ask why don't you come with us? The man shows a faint smile. You're a good one. Got a son. If I'm gonna run, I'll run with him, he says, and downs his drink. I'm not gonna tell you to stop drinking. You're clearly going through some shit. I'm not gonna police you, friends. Bye-bye. You start to leave the room, the man says, tell me your name. Give my name. You give your name, the man says, my name is Bjorn. There's nothing more to do here. However he peeks in. Whisper sharply, what are you doing? Hurry! Remember why you're here and rush out of the small room to rescue the princess. Make your way down a long corridor. 2 soldiers lie collapsed in front of a heavy-looking door. They must have been guards. They're only asleep by magic, so don't touch them, Horevi whispers. You step over them carefully, making sure not to touch their bodies. The princess is being held behind this door. You quietly slide the bolt back and open it. It's a plain room with only a bed, a desk, and a chair to count as furniture. Beneath a small window where sunlight spills in, a beautiful young girl stands quietly. She wears only a linen undergarment. Yet a dignity she cannot hide makes it certain she is Princess Ligmor, Iran's eldest princess. After King Rolf died, she was placed in Tistes Abbey in northern Iran. Your Highness, you're safe. Grim removes his hat and bows. Why, Grim, is that you? The princess's face brightens like a flower in bloom. It's been so long. And you're Hilrevi of Holm Abbey, aren't you? Revi offers a respectful greeting. And who might that be? To give your name, Havelock introduces himself. You explain that a great force came to rescue her, but only the 4 of you survived. I see. How cruel. Shadow falls over the princess's beautiful face. You ask why she's only dressed in her underclothes. I don't think that's the most important thing right now. Who was it that locked the princess in here? You ask who it was that locked the princess in here. Witch Ingeborg, she likely used me as bait to lure the knights out, the princess says. Without missing a beat, Hilrevi asks, do you happen to know where Abbess Holm is? I have no idea what's happening outside right now. The little mischief maker Cyrus hasn't come back. A tiny winged fairy, Princess Leaguemore's friend, it's Puck! That fairy, yes, says Hilrevi. Yes, I had him watching Ingeborg's movements, but the princess falters, anxiety in her voice. What was Ingeborg's goal? Grim asks, or was Ingeborg's goal? Grim asks next. Her goal, from what I've learned together with Cyrus's information, Ingeborg seems to have a spell that steals human souls and turns them into her power. By drawing power from the ancient magic circle beneath the castle and from the 4 spirits that protect this country, she means to take the lives of everyone still left in the city tomorrow. That is her aim. Oh god, we have a giant pentagram underneath the city. Princess's words leave everyone speechless. You? Ask about the ancient magic circle. Ask about the ancient magic circle. I don't know the details either, only that members of the royal family have the authority to enter a vast cavern deep beneath this castle. They say there's an ancient magic circle there that heightens magical power. And the princess lowers her voice and adds, and Ingeborg spoke of it, something only the royal family should have known. Ask about soul-stealing magic? Ask the princess about the magic that steals human souls. You said earlier that the knights were wiped out, didn't you? You must have seen it. The witch can rip a person's soul out in an instant. Recall that horrifying scene from a moment ago. With every soul she takes, her power seems to grow, the princess says. Okay, 4 spirits. Ask about the 4 spirits. The 4 great spirits are 4 great spirits of earth, water, fire, and wind. Yup. They protect this country. For ages, the royal family has spoken with them as trusted allies and advisors. The witch Ingeborg came to the 4 spirits claiming she wished to save the country. They did as she asked and created magical items that sealed their own power. Each one made to lend its strength to whoever possessed it. Oh, we gotta go get the 4 MacGuffins. It was all Ingeborg's scheme. The spirits, together with those magical items, were apparently sealed away somewhere within this castle. No further questions. Can't allow such an outrage. An outrage. Even if it costs my life, I'll strike the witch down, Grim suggests. Grim, that would be reckless. Before you can even get close, the dog demon she commands will shatter your weapons to pieces. 2 ways to stop the witch. First, get everyone still in the city out beyond the wall. Second, prevent her from using the power of the 4 spirits. Hearing that, Hilrevi gives the princess a brief summary of the city's current situation. So everyone is holed up in the Hindle zone. Yes, getting them all out at once won't be easy, but if I speak to them myself, their minds may change. And as for the second method, the bracelet that seals the Great Wind Spirit has already been found, and my friend should be carrying it. If you can find the remaining 3 and destroy them... Think she's nothing like her brother, admire the princess's strong leadership, ask about the Wind Spirit bracelet and her friend. Think she's nothing like her brother. You think she's nothing like her brother, Prince Canute. Let's return to the Hindle zone. We must get as many people out of the city as we can. And then we'll regroup, so we can bring down Ingeborg, the princess says firmly. I'll go find you something to wear, says Hilrevi, but... No, we must hurry, time is precious, follow me. The princess says, heading for the door, and then... You'll be my escort, the princess says, tugging Havelock's strong arm close. Her expression suddenly turning childlike, nothing like a princess. That's very Oodles-coded. Oodles is like, oh, I want the big strong man with the big muscles to be my escort. Wonder if she has feelings. Feel she's trying to be considerate. Wonder if she has feelings for Havelock. Looks as though the princess feels something clearly special towards Havelock. Havelock by the arm, the princess confers with Hilrevi about the escape route. Introduce Oodles to Prince Canute? Or Prince Not? I don't think Oodles would like the prince. The prince has like a bowl cut that is apparently not even his actual hair, and he's like a weirdo coward. I think she'd be better off with Havelock. even though his name is not close to not. Once our discussion settles, you all move swiftly. Also, hey, Raxby. Grimmenhill Revy, open the door and check outside. The soldiers in front of it are still asleep. Next, you and Havelock quietly move to the stairs at the end of the corridor and confirm it's safe. Then you signal the princess and the others to come to the stairs. So far, so good. You climb up first and check again that it's safe. There are no soldiers. It's fine. You signal the others again. Safe. You advance further. Your goal is the door at the end of the corridor. You lean out slightly from behind a pillar to peek. A single guard is standing near the far end of the corridor. As you hesitate, the princess hurries over. In a low whisper, the princess says, "Let's detour through the door on the right." Even at this distance, opening the right-hand door could get you spotted by the guard. I do have an invisibility potion. Use sleeping powder. Observe the guard closely. Looking closely, you see his head bobbing at regular intervals. It looks like he's asleep. Go to the right-hand door now. You might wake up. Head straight for the right-hand door. Luck is on your side. The guard must be asleep. You open the right-hand door without incident. If I'd waited, maybe you would have woken up. Looks like a library. Rows upon rows of shelves hold an enormous number of books. Prince Knot, you say? No, Oodles. We saw him yesterday. You don't want that knot. Trust me. Dream of reading here for life. Pure bliss. Not that into books. I mean, obviously the top option is the only answer. Not that into books is... no. No way. As you think, if I could spend my whole life here reading, I'd be happy. A voice speaks directly into your mind. That sounds wonderful. That is a dog, Chimera. Hello, a dog flies right in front of you. Puppy. It's a dog Chimera puppy. See, I know what this girl wants. Yeah, you can read her very well. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I am called Marcosius. The dog is talking and flying. When you flinch in surprise, the dog who calls himself Marcosius smiles with refined grace. All sound and any sign of people vanish completely. You look around, but you can't see Revy or the others. This is a space akin to a gap between dimensions. Do not worry, they may be out of sight at present, but your companions are right beside you, he says. You realize he's reading your thoughts. When you think he's talking straight into my head, he replies, exactly so. When you wonder who this dog is, Marcosius says, me? I'm what you'd call a demon, and for the record, not a dog, I'm Marcosius. Winged dog-shaped demon that lives in the library. Marcosius says, now it's my turn. Why are you here? You? To find Abbess home. Oh, I see. You seem to bear an interesting fate. Yes, come to this castle again tomorrow night. Tomorrow is Walpurgis night? Walpurgis? Walpurgis? Seems this castle holds rites as well. It's the day when the boundary between life and death grows most faint. It's the Day of the Dead. And many spirits will speak the truth to you. When you do, stop by here as well. I want you to have a certain experience. Ritual the witch performs tomorrow will be a grave threat to you, after all. And take this, he says, handing you a small hand mirror that he carries in his mouth. You obtain a strange mirror whose surface shines with a dull gleam. Item brought from the Far East long ago said, those reflected in this mirror speak the truth. It had no such power until Princess Maya, the former queen, cast strong telepathy magic, turning it into a tool that shows the user the truth. We have the lens of truth! My actual dogs can almost read minds, they just don't give a fuck what they learn. Exactly, same for mine. Well, Gil is probably still just dumb. Fair, I can read your mind too. It's something like bugs, grub, bugs, been grub, bugs. You did miss one thing, Raxby. It's also like, randomly in the middle of all those happy thoughts is like a, I want horrible things to happen to old white men in power. And then it's back to bugs, grub, bugs, bin, grub. And these are all fair thoughts. This is called the Mirror of Truth, a magical item that reveals the truth when you ask it. I'm sure it'll be useful. Then until tomorrow. With that, Marcosius flaps his wings and vanishes into the depths of the shells. Touché, but also yes that. Eat billionaires, bugs, bugs, bugs. Yeah. Like, you cannot tell me how excited I would be to see, like, I don't know, a biblical event brought back and, like, rich people getting devoured by locusts. Figure appears near where Marcosius vanished. It's Hilrevi. Where did you go? I was looking for you, Hilrevi says. Let's hurry, the princess urges everyone on. You cross the library and leave through the door at the back. The dream. Exactly! And they can't even get offended by it because we're just talking about biblical events. You know? We're just having Bible school over here. My personal favorite part of the Bible is when Jesus says that the money that comes from rich people doesn't mean anything because they're giving a fraction of worth than the poor person that's giving a small amount of money. You open the door without making a sound and slip inside. The place seems like a large storeroom. Clothes, jars, wooden crates, and tools are kept there. Belongings taken from you might be stored here as well. Nani? Someone is coming into the room through the door you're about to head for. At this rate, you'll be found. Decide quickly. Dive. You throw open a nearby door and leap inside. The place seems to be an armory. Weapons and armor are stacked everywhere. What do you do? Like that one. There's also the one about how unions are good. Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite historical facts that I learned from my like powerful and interesting women of the Renaissance era. I forget exactly who it was. I haven't marked in my book over there, but there was a woman who basically was able to critique the Catholic Church because she was a mystic and diviner. And one of the things she said is she wrote an open letter to the Pope, specifically saying that women should be allowed to worship and should be able to preach by themselves. And the Pope said that they couldn't because of the original sin of Eve and everything. And she said a variety of things about why that was stupid, and placing all the blame on women due to the story of Eve in the Bible is incredibly stupid and fucked up. The funny thing that she said is, okay, we all worship Jesus Christ, correct? Who was the one that stabbed Jesus? It was a man. The Lance of Longinus. Longinus stabbed Jesus, so technically, it's men's fault. And it's just like, it's so funny to see a letter like that written by someone to the fucking Pope in like the 1500s, where she's like, you're actually the fucking problem, you stupid shithead. I love it. It's great. She said many, many other things too. She also called men pathetic and easily swayed by the wiles of women because they're too horny, even though the Bible says you should not fall into lust and things, and they're often adulterers and things like that. She had many qualms. She's a baddie. Search for something I can take. Give me the 6 shield. As you search for a weapon or piece of armor you can take, Hilrevi urges you. Let's go, hurry. Many arms and armor, but few look like something you can handle. You may only take one item that catches your eye. The mop or a throwing knife? Give me the mop. A mop for cleaning floors. You take it and leave the room. I got a weapon! Floor cleaning mop. Cotton fibers with high absorbency are bundled on an ashwood handle cut at the new moon. Well worn and a little smelly. I'd read Yuri manga about her. Funny that you mentioned that, because I believe she lived with like another woman in like a villa in another country because she couldn't live close to the Catholic Church, of course, for various reasons. I'd read a Yuri manga about her too, though. There's so much Yuri manga that can be written about history. Storeroom is dead silent. There's no one here but you and your companions. Search for my belongings. You search the storeroom for your belongings, but Hilrevi urges you, let's hurry. If you search every last corner, you won't be able to escape. You can choose up to 2 places. Clothing shelf. I need defense. Search yourself where clothes are stored. Among the clothes you find a cloak, but your belongings are not here. Lined of many small boxes. Too bad, there's nothing here, but you can't afford to dawdle. Open the back door. Need to equip that. And equip that? This place seems to be a toilet. At first it looks clean, but a stench so foul you fear for your life drifts through the whole room. You can't bring yourself to use it. Anyone would want to get out of this place at once, but you... Search every corner in the smelly toilet. Pinching your nose, you inspect the toilet from corner to corner. Something glints gold in the stored filth. It's probably a gold coin. Pick up the coin, are you sane? I mean, hey, free money! You gingerly pinch the gold coin up with your fingertips, then rub off what's stuck to it with a filthy rag hanging on the wall. You... Buddy. Search the cesspit again, chilling. Yeah. You don't give up. You stick your hand into the cesspit and search for something. What could possibly be in human waste? Can't be anything. There's clearly a bizarre... This is clearly a bizarre act. For some reason, you suddenly feel sluggish. Come to think of it, an epidemic is spreading throughout this city. It seems you've fallen ill. Lose 1 level. You should leave here at once. Deserved, honestly. Return to where everyone is waiting in the storeroom. It's like, you got a disease, you dumbass. Of course you did. You were fisting around and shit. Okay, ask the princess to guide you. This way. Please follow me, the princess says, and please stand 10 feet away. You smell like shit, and I just saw you dig your hand in it. Oh god, this is awful too. I'm wearing so much white. Those stains are never coming out of those gloves. You leave the storeroom and head for the room immediately to the right. You sense no one beyond the door. You slip into the room quickly and close the door in silence. You turn around and your eyes widen at the sight. It's a gallery. Every wall is hung with countless paintings, large and small. The entire room forms a ring. Along the wall, a gently curving staircase leads down underground. This way, the princess runs down the stairs and you follow after her. On the wall at the bottom hangs a striking portrait. They are likely royals. It shows an earnest-looking man with golden hair and golden eyes, and a woman with black hair and green eyes with an air of pure grace, werewolf. My father, King Rolf, and my mother, Queen Maya. Assassinated 14 years ago. He used Holger's magic to teleport objects. Late King's consort, Princess Leaguemore's mother. Think she really resembles them, think they were a loving couple. You resemble them. Thinking she really does resemble them, you stare at the princess's face. I was so young, I don't remember anything about my parents though, the princess says with a lonely smile. Grim steps up to the portrait, removes his hat and drops to one knee. King Rolf granted me far more than I deserved, even though I was just a drifter. Yet I couldn't repay that debt. We gotta hurry. Come on, let's go. Decide to hurry on. It's right there, the princess says, dashing ahead. I'm kind of worried about the time. Everyone follows, and you stop before a single painting displayed on the opposite side of the room. It's a painting of a passage leading out into bright daylight, set in a perfectly square frame. Are we about to Wile E. Coyote into this, or are we about to Mario 64 into this? There's a magical escape exit passed down in the royal family. It's one way, so no one can come from the other side, but please tell no one about this, the princess says. Wah, wah, wahoo! Ba-da-da-da-da-da! Try touching the painting. It's just a painting. And the princess chants, Ifta ya sim sim. The flat painting of the passage gains depth, and your hand slips into the painting. The princess giggles. The princess goes into the painting and beckons everyone over. Cautiously enter the painting and move along a narrow passage. Sniffing her sleeve, Hilrevi says it reeks of oil. Yeah, I'm gonna BLJ down the hole. Dinkley finally made it outside, but it's a huge vertical shaft. Gentle slope runs along the wall, spiraling upward until it seems to reach the surface. From up there, we can get out on the east side of the castle, the princess says, pointing to the glowing ceiling. You... From up there, go down or climb it? I mean, there shouldn't be any worry about me doing this. They don't know about the passage. I'm gonna go down it. Start down the slope. Not that way, the princess calls after you. I'm gonna keep going down the slope. Keep going down. Everyone tells you come back, but you stubbornly keep going down the slope. Round and round and round, round and round and round and round, round and round and round and round, round and round and round. At last you reach the very bottom. It's very dim with pooled water and a clammy dampness. Seems to be nothing here. This time you have no choice but to climb. Round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round. With great effort, you finally make it back to the others. You're exhausted. You lose 1 stamina point. If you collapse and die from this, go to 14. Oh my god. You still have stamina left, you climb the slope. Climb the slope towards the surface, but when you're about to reach the surface, something looks down at you from the opposite side of the shaft. From its silhouette, it doesn't look human. You approach warily. Uh-oh. Oodles, look away! Actually, no, screw it. Oodles, look. Enjoy. Drink in every single drop. You climb the slope and face the figure. It's a beast man with a wolf's head. It's your first time seeing one, and he's gripping a slender, curved sword in both hands. How fortunate. I was just about to go mad from boredom, the beast man says. If I read this right, the one behind you is this country's princess. But I've been ordered, kill anyone who passes through here. Don't take it personally. My name is Logan, werewolf warrior faster than the wind. Now, come throw everything you've got at me. Logan attacks. You bark. I kept myself fortunate we haven't found anyone who blipped my radar here. Down, Oodles, down! I know, the rippling back muscles and everything. Hey, how you doing? I got a friend I can set you up with. You try to talk, but Logan roars, "No questions!" The battle begins. Okay, sorry. You have more people on your side. There's nothing to fear. Battle against Logan! Oh my god, you have 66 HP? Havelock joins the attack. Grim joins, Hilrevi joins. At the end of turn, deal 1d damage. When you attack an enemy, you must make an action value. Yeah. What do you do? Put me in, coach. Yeah. Oodles uses buy apple. Hey, bestie. What rippling muscles you have. Once human, he was fused with a wolf by the witch's experiments. His name is Logan, and he came from Yapin, a far eastern land. The slim longswords he wields in both hands are common weapons there. He secretly calls himself unrivaled in the east. Convinced there is no stronger foe in the east, he has traveled over westward. Courteous yet strange, he seriously broods over how he will die. Probably because Oodles won't let you escape the bedroom until she's done with you. That's probably how you die. I could disintegrate you. Don't have a lot of HP is the problem. And your attack stat is high. Works poorly on those who bear no hostility towards you. I feel like I should use the invisibility potion. Also wind spirit to carry on the target's airways. It smells pleasantly herbal. Combat only. Sleeping powder, go! Stun the enemy for 1 turn. However, it seems to have no effect. Shit! Okay. Invisibility potion. For 2d turns, lower the enemy hit rate by 2. Okay. Alright, now we attack. I'm invisible. And I'm just gonna have to hit you with a mop. I messed up. Ow! Havelock attacks. Oh, this is painful. Oodles, calm him down, please. He's really good at murdering me. Flame bursts. I'll use distract. Don't worry. I believe in you, Oodles. You got this. You got this. It ignites at once to create a large explosion. Toxic gas may be released during combustion, so the caster must take care. I'm kind of scared to use that. I'm going to attack. Oh, shit! I'm dead. Damn, that was even with the potion of invisibility. You've been defeated. Go to 14. A creeping shadow snatches away your soul. You become a guest in the other world. Without growing old, without being watched over by those you love, Your consciousness drifts into the void and your heart beats no more. You are dead. If you wish, you may start the adventure over. Rewind time. Let's rewind time. Okay. Oodles gets to see more of the art. Okay. Okay. So, I'm taking the invisibility potion. Actually, we'll get hit once, then take the invisibility potion. I think it's because I got shit items from this. Oh, it's a draw. But I still get my other attacks? Yeah. I mean, I am fighting with a mop right now, so... The mop is useful because I can mop up all the oodles drool as well. Attack. God damn, do you ever not roll high? Jesus Christ. Like, my god. I might have to use the Ruby of Destruction or this. Okay, certainly, there's no way you would hit me here. Oh my god, I mean, I'm glad I used that thing or we would have tied. I wish I could, like, defend or something. Oh my god, they're all hitting ones. Logan is strong. Even against the four of you, he doesn't give an inch. What do you do? Keep fighting, tackle him, use magic. I don't think tackling him is going to work. Use magic. Use magic. Never mind, that won't work. Use the fuel flask. The sleeping powder won't work. Fuel flask. Oh, flames, burn my enemy to ash. You hold the flask and chant the flame burst spell. Logan cleaves your thrown flask clean in two. The moment the flask shatters, the magic triggers and an explosion erupts. The blast hurls Logan into the shaft and he falls. Oh! Oodles just leaning over the shaft like, no! And holding out her hand. Bestie! Sploosh. The poor wolf must have fallen into the water pool at the bottom. Coward, fight me fair and square, Logan's curses echo from far below. Before he can climb back up, you hurry to the surface. This is the east side of the castle. It's a high place, and you can see the whole city at a glance. Okay, I'm glad Oodles got some content to bark at out of this. I mean, I guess she barked at the golem earlier too, I think. So you know. No, it's not the first one. Sploosh is the sound Oodles made when the wolf showed up too. This is true. This is true. The cold wind feels good on your flushed body. The sun begins to redden and the kites are heading back to their roosts. You and Havelock are so taken by the beautiful view that you stop walking. Princess ahead turns back with a smile, but her face stiffens at once and her eyes fix behind you with shock and fear. Uh-oh. Noticing the princess's gaze, Hilrevi and Grim turn too, and their faces contort as they look behind you. Oh no, the wolf is right behind me, isn't he? Oh, a distinctive, familiar, vile laugh. Your whole body bristles. No, this isn't the one Oodles wants. She would probably make Oodles cry, and Oodles isn't into that. The instant you turn around, a violent impact slams into you. It's Ingeborg. A vast, unseen power interferes with your soul and shakes it hard. Sensation is beyond words, and you let out a scream with no voice. I resist! You fought desperately against the power of the spell. Perhaps your desperate resistance works. Just like when it came, your agony suddenly dissipates into nothing. Oh shit, the dork minstrel can resist it too. The witch slowly raises her hand and gives some kind of signal. But while staring at you, the witch cancels the signal, her impatience showing. Mate! Bad feeling hits you. Turn around, hit the ground. No, I'm hitting the ground! Hit the floor! You hit the ground, an arrow thuds into the earth right beside you. Ugh. You see the arrow sink to the fletching in the chest of Grim? Who shoved Havelock at Grim? No! Time drags on, heavy. Revi rushes in and throws herself over you. With With a short scream, Hilrevi arches back hard. An arrow is lodged in her back too. Oh my god! You frantically scan around for whoever shot the arrows. Something moves atop the especially tall flanking tower, then vanishes from sight. And the witch too has vanished like mist. Hilrevi, no! I loved her! In a fading voice she whispers, Sister Paneri, my divination told me this would happen. I knew it. I knew. She repeats it, then closes her eyes as if falling asleep. One last tear spills from the corner of her eye. My Yuri! No! The princess is crying, stifling her voice. In an instant, Grim and Hilrevi die. In vain, the slanting sun still casts the same shadows over the city as before, yet somehow it sinks in a pale blue, steeped in grief. Those of you left behind bid farewell to the bodies of Grim and Hilrevi. I'm gonna drape a cloak over Hilrevi's body. You drape a cloak over Hilrevi's body and say, you saved my life. Thank you. You can't let grief take you now. You have a mission you must fulfill in haste. With the setting horizon at the corner of your eye, you hurry on with only 3 shadows at your side. Strangely, on the way back to the Hindle Zone, there isn't a single undead in sight. Based on your actions and choices so far, you gain 70 XP. Look at that. Would you like to save your adventure? Hell yeah, I would. Safe zone of the city. Okay, we lost a lot of friends. Before the sun sets, you reach the Hindle Gate. Princess Ligmore has returned! Spotting the princess below, the sentry atop the flanking tower rejoices and shouts the news down to the gate guards. But when it dawns on him that not a single knight is with her, he falters and disappears from sight. As if even the gate is exhausted, it opens slowly, heavily. It's a very quiet, triumphal return. On the faces of the people surrounding you, a complex look appears, as if searching for life and death. Whispering reaches you like ripples. The princess herself declares, of the 257 who came to rescue me, 255 have lost their lives. The moment the words are spoken, only silence remains, and faces plastered with despair. I intend to answer the weight of the lives laid upon me. Bring as many people here as you can. Princess gives the order to the sentries, then fixes you with resolute eyes. You? Stay here. I'll support you. You stay, choosing to remain at the princess's side. The stone wall encircling the city casts long shadows. In contrast, the houses stained crimson glow beautifully, brightening everything around them. The sun, putting on a brave face. I will not set yet. Is that a sign of the princess's resolve? Many people gather here. I am Ligmore, child of the late King Rolf. As one of those entrusted to lead this nation, I have a request for you all. Here in the royal capital, Erishing, we stand in a catastrophic state. But our kingdom is vast, and beyond the city wall is still rich, fertile land. The witch Ingeborg wants this city. If she says she'll have it, even by atrocity, then let her have it. We have something more important, more precious than the city. It is the life of each and every one of you. That is the treasure of our kingdom, Euron. Tomorrow we will open the North Gate and we will leave this city together. Begin preparing to depart at once, that is all. I mean, this is a smart idea since she needs the souls of the people to get stronger. Though there is some unrest, the people, given a clear, simple purpose, sense the order is right and begin to move as told. The heavy air from when you return to the city is gone, and even with night about to fall, life surges through the streets. There's something I need to speak with you about, so please come to the knight's headquarters later, the princess says. A crowd quickly forms around the princess. You? Go elsewhere. As you start to leave the Hindle Gate, Gildy runs up. What happened to the castle? You give him the short version of what went down. Defeat the witch, say, I'll avenge Hilrevi. Well, first we have to evacuate the residence, that's first. The answer, evacuate the residence. Even if the residents escape, it won't solve anything. It'll just make another town the victim. As if to brush away the gloomy mood, Gildy... I mean, I am going to the castle tomorrow, it's true. Ask why he'll help. Alright. Guilty says thanks and offers you his hand. The instant you touch his hand, something feels off. Feeling like you've known him for a long, long time. While you stand there bewildered, he leaves with a smile. Nothing more for you here. You move to another part of the city. I don't trust you! Okay, back to the tavern. I can't believe I lost all my shit. You enter a Ruta tavern. There aren't many customers. Did the princess's words send people off to prepare to leave the city? Something nags at you. Was the tavern keeper's son among the knights who were wiped out? If he was, look for the tavern keeper. You look for the tavern keeper, but he speaks to you before you can spot him. Tavern keeper says, "So you're Paneri the White Witch, successor to Holm Abbey. Can't believe a celebrity like you comes to a dump like mine. Proud as hell." Ask what happened to his son. Ask what happened to your son. The tavern keeper shrugs. No offense to the knights who died, but my boy's a real dutiful son, he says. Right before they set out, the tavern keeper's son got hit with a sudden stomach pain and couldn't move, and it seems Captain Curtis barred him from joining the mission. Sense fate at work. You sense something like fate in the tavern keeper's son. Perhaps some force protects him, saying it is not your time to die. So, maybe there's hope for the other residents still alive. Sorry I made you worry, the tavern keeper says, then goes back to work. Talk to customers. Speak to the old man at the back table. He asks you, "You're leaving the city?" I still have things to do. The old man says, "I'm staying too. City holds too many memories. Can't bring myself to go somewhere else now." Ask the old man about his memories. He just says he doesn't want to talk about it, just then his stomach growls. Yeah, I'll treat you to a meal. Pay 1 gold coin and treat the old man to a meal. He perks up and starts telling old stories. What's your fondest memory? Well now, my fondest memory is the Dog Lord. After all, the old man answers. We were together for 15 years. He was big, jet black, and gentle. His name was Bojangles. That's still the wildest to me. He died of old age, but even after 20 years, it still hurts. Even after 20 years. Pass this on to you. It's got no value in my hands now. Gonna protect this city, right? Here, take it. You receive 20 gold coins! With that, the old man says, "I want to drink quietly by myself," and you leave. Holy shit. Like the other customers? Tough-looking young man sitting at the end of the counter. He tells you, "I'm worried about what I should do from here. Leaving the city is best." The man says, "Yeah, you're right, but I came all this way. It'd be a waste not to experience it." He asks you, "Do you know where the entrance to the underground passage to the Dark Castle is?" I don't know. You answer, "I don't know." He looks disappointed. I see. He says, "Were you brought here by a mage in a blue pointed hat?" "No, sorry, it's nothing." Daddy hastily leaves the tavern. Speak to a few customers. We don't hear anything interesting. Alright, let's leave. Let's go to the weapon shop next. Welcome to the Arcbolt Exchange. Sounds like you've been through hell, the owner says. Thank you truly for saving the princess. You have my gratitude. You clasp the owner's hand and a firm handshake. White Witch, successor of Holm Abbey, so it's really you. Heard the stories, but I didn't think you'd be this young. Will you buy anything? Ask about the shop. Yeah, I've already given up on this place. I'll grab what I can and run. You watch yourself too, he says. How about an obsidian knife for self-defense? Breaks easy and it's sharp as hell. Or but it's sharp as hell. That could be nice. Crossbow only has 6 uses. So you strike from long range with little risk of a counterattack. I do still want that. I need more money, though. Do need more money, though. Magic shop? Because I lost all my tomes and everything. Oh, you're safe. Thanks goodness, she says, welcoming you in warmly. White Witch, heir to Holm Abbey. Once in a generation mage who can chant spells more than 3 times faster than ordinary spellcasters. So you're the one. I'd heard the rumors, but I never imagined you were so young. Can you buy anything? Ask about the shop. Closing up here, I'll move to the tower on the edge of the dark forest. When that happens, do come see me again, she says, and begins packing. Yeah, staff, a crystal ball. Evasion stole. Golden staff. I still want that crossbow. Crossbow seems like it'd be phenomenal to have as an option. Knights HQ? Arrive at the Knights headquarters. With the Knights gone, calling it that is probably wrong now. Among the people who have newly taken refuge in the Hindle Zone, the princess is leading the care for the critically injured. See Prince Canute first. Let's go. The upstairs hall, Prince Canute is sitting there as always, his impressive potbelly on full display. Here's Prince Knot. Here you go, Oodles. Drink it all in. Just like before, there are no knights in sight. Only one young maidservant standing nearby. No. Nar. See, this is the one Raxby said was for you. I tried to say no, but you know, you don't like the bowl cut. You don't want to. God, you don't want to look at the bowl cut between your legs. The prince stays silent, wearing a troubled look the entire time. I'll jump with the wolf. I see. That's fair. It says uses left 0, but use the mirror of truth. He likes wearing a wolf mask during sex, and he has a knot in his pants. I don't know. I think she'd take her chances with the angry wolf with big muscles. Oh, this is a proper wizard tower. Ah! It's the doll. Oh, did I say it? Use the mirror of truth. You murdered that wolf? He was alive. He fell into the water. It was just a really long walk back up to get to me, so he couldn't reach me in time. He's still alive, though. I'm sure he'll be back later, and he'll be living his best life with Oodles in the countryside. Take my chances with the Mormons doing missionary instead? Ooh. I don't know. One of the Mormons could just look like Prince Canute, but also be Mormon. You look at the prince through the mirror of truth. Knowledge about the prince, things you couldn't possibly know, come flooding into your mind one after another. His true name is Otto. He is the bastard child of the regent Toergi. He likes reading and observing plants. Likes reading! He hates quarreling with people and violence. He dreams of living in a small mountain village. Deciding, I don't need to know any more about the prince, you stop peering into the mirror. Now then, what will you do? Oodles loves missionary? It's true. Ask his favorite book. Yes, the prince, what's your favorite book? The Great Encyclopedia of Plants. Ask his favorite plant. You ask the prince, what's your favorite plant in that book? His eyes light up. Somniferum, which grows wild near the village of Bolus in the southern mountains, he says. Oh shit, I'm gonna make him yap and then he's gonna like me. Ask what somniferum is. Ask the prince, what is somniferum? The prince excitedly talks about, oh, he's a yapper. Prince excitedly talks about somniferum. As he does, you notice his hair slipping more and more. It's a wig. As his explanation grows more passionate, the prince's hair slips further and further out of place. And finally, the wig slips off. Oh no! Oh no! Just then, Princess Leaguemore and about 10 residents rush their way in. Everyone is stunned, and silence hangs for a while. The moment the princess says, the prince hurriedly slips out of the room. Can you judge him by his cover? He was trying to leave the city and just leave everyone to die last time. Princess and the residents follow after him, leaving the room as well. Word that the prince was an imposter spreads throughout the city before the day is out. You have no more business. Okay. You look for the princess. Paneri. The princess spots you first. Ah, new fit. There's something I wish to speak with you about, the princess says. She speaks again of the witch Ingeborg, who seeks to steal people's souls, and of the 4 spirits the witch intends to use. And she reminds you that her friend, who bears a bracelet sealing the Great Wind Spirit, one of the 4 spirits, is hiding in the castle. And to crush the witch's ambition, the princess asks you to help the people escape the city. You? Alright. Say alright. The princess smiles happily. Just then, Gildy comes over. Gildy's for Dola. And Gildy may or may not be a zombie or a lich or some weird thing going on. I don't know. He praises everything from the princess's looks to the clothes she wears. Baron Bitsicum prepared it for me, the princess says. Splendid outfit. It certainly stands out, Gildy says. Suddenly says, I feel a strong bond with you, princess. Then he laughs. Perhaps I'm of royal blood myself, Gildy, get over here a second, a man you don't know calls out to Gildy. If you'll excuse me, Gildy says. Kisses the back of the princess's hand and walks away. Watching Gildy like that, you think he's a fop. Think he's socially savvy. He's a fop. You think Gildy is a foppish man. Why did fop have, as an insult, have to go away? Calling someone a fop or foppish? I love old insults like that. It's like calling someone a strumpet. Princess says, is it because of his hair color? Somehow, truly, it did make me feel as if I were with family. Please, let's speak again tomorrow, the princess says, and she too is called by someone and leaves your side. Left behind on your own, you leave this place. Alright. We gotta go to the inn. You open a door painted with bright flowers and the innkeeper calls out to you. Oh, welcome back. Glad you made it back safe and for the princess. Thank you truly. Mixed feelings surge. You shed bitter tears. Mixed feelings surge up in you and you shed bitter tears. Seeing you like that, the innkeeper starts to cry too. Says, something Miss Hilrevi left with me. She asked me to give it to Paneri as soon as she came back. The innkeeper hands you a letter and a hefty weighty pouch. Inside are 30 gold coins. Oh, my wifey is still taking care of me. Letter reads, to Paneri. Sis, here I've written the route I saw you taking in my divination. She's not actually my sister. We go to the same church. Don't read into the sis. We are sisters of the church, not by blood. Here I've written the route I saw you taking in my divination. Still inexperienced, so I can only see part way, but I believe you'll fulfill your mission. It isn't much, but please use this money as travel funds when you head for the castle. Counting on you from here. Thank you for everything so far. Goodbye, Hilrevi. Once your emotions settle a little. Alright, the innkeeper says. This morning we found something in the room of a volunteer who checked out. Want to read it? It's a set of notes written by a former merchant who joined the volunteer force to rescue the princess. Read. Begins, hoping this will be of some use. Put together a summary of the important events that occurred in this country since last year. You're on calendar 643. April 28th, month of Orburga. The Forest Witch Ingeborg was welcomed as a court mage. September 27th. Suspicious rumors about the witch Ingeborg began to spread. October 25th. A plague began to spread. October 29th. Rumors spread that the neighboring country Lucifang was about to invade. You're all children of God, so every interreligious relationship is incest? I guess that's fair, but you know, it's religiously supported incest in that case. The plague ran rampant, and the witch handed out medicine that cures the sickness for free. Reports said half the city's residents had caught the plague. Rumors spread that Lucifang had invaded. The kingdom provided the city's residents with medicine that cures the plague free of charge. Yup. Princess Leaguemore returned to the royal capital. A reconnaissance unit, Kirit's squad, was dispatched near the border. Reports claimed Lucifang's army was besieging the city. All the city's gates were shut, and an edict was issued, placing the knights in control of the capital. Those who died of the plague began rising as monsters in large numbers. Fearing the growing number of the dead, closed-off zones appeared throughout the city. Rumors spread that the city sieged by Lucifang's army was a lie. A stone giant stood outside the gate. Closed-off zones were breached one after another, and the dead flooded the city. Only 2 safe zones remained, Hindle and Borier. After the Borier residents finished relocating, the only safe zone was Hindle. To rescue Princess Leaguemore, I set out for the Dark Castle. It ends. This country's misery didn't begin today. I believe everything will get better from here on, and I will fulfill my own destiny. I gotta go elsewhere. I need to get a crossbow, so when I'm out of magic, I'm not out of options. Hey, are you holding up? Gimme. Crossbow. Ooh, leather armor. It does lower my level, though. I don't like that part. Give me this Thickums robe. And I have 16 gold left. We might be able to get some cool magic stuff with that. Letter from Hilrevi. Garden, Alchemist, Tower, Chapel, Dark Castle, Kitchen, Office, Treasury, Witch's Room, Leave the Castle, Museum, Ruins, Bird Pot, Tree, Barracks, Great Moat, Barracks, Cemetery, Watchtower. Couldn't see beyond that. Please forgive the man at the Watchtower. This was Fate's. Interesting. Okay. That's the divination that we got. I might want that obsidian dagger if there's not anything I want from the magic shop. Potions and scrolls? Unlocking. Oh, I don't have the unlock spell anymore. That would be useful. Poison vial as well. I do like poison builds. Ooh, evasion stole. This one casts light and unlock. I think it's smarter to get the ice grimoire. I did want the evasion stole, but no, we'll rock that. I still don't have a staff. I'm still just using a mop, which is kind of rough. All right. I need to eat. You decide to sleep and prepare for tomorrow. Thanks to the soft bed, it feels like your wounds have fully healed. Your stamina is completely restored. As dawn breaks, pale and cold. Bang, bang, bang! The pounding on the door jolts you awake. Ah, Oodles found the werewolf guy. Can you two keep it down out there? I'm trying to sleep. You open the door, the innkeeper is standing there, pale as a sheet. Flustered and stumbling over his words, he blurts out. He's not in immediate danger, but the princess was attacked and badly injured. She can speak, but she can't stand, so she's resting in a room at the knight's headquarters. What do you do? Hurry to the princess. You hurry to the princess. You arrive at the knight's headquarters. Maybe thinking wouldn't have caused any issues. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can get words of affirmation from my character if I click on her. Thank you. Seems the princess was attacked while tending the wounded throughout the night. Her legs were slashed from behind with a blade, so she says she never saw her attacker's face. Those who treated her say she was found quickly, so her life isn't in danger, but from here on, she may not even be able to stand on her own. Do you have the tendon cut? You're shown into a room on the church's second floor. The princess looks livelier than you expect. Thank you for coming, the princess says. Even after asking for your help, I've ended up unable to move like this, she adds, apologizing. Even so, I have another request. Would you please defeat the stone giant at the north gate? The princess begs. I'll do it, but on one condition. Of course I'll do it. I'll do it, but on one condition. Ask for free magical items and potions. I want you to provide magical items and potions free of charge. Understood, I'll have it arranged, the princess says. And then this. The princess takes out a healing potion at her side and hands it to you. I received this earlier from the Tromeyar's magic shop, but potions don't work on me by nature. Sorry, it's something I was given, but please put it to use. Then I entrust the stone giant to you. May fortune favor you, the princess says, fixing you with a grave gaze. Greet the princess and leave the room. If you're heading for the north gate, you should stop by the weapon shop and magic shop first. I've already done that. Anything new at the tavern and stuff? You enter the Aruda Tavern. There are people here, but the air is heavy and everyone drinks in silence. Havelock sits near the entrance, and at a table in the back is Gildy. To drive away the gloom, Gildy begins to sing and play. Let's listen to Gildy's song. Please cap along. Ah yes, thank you. Please listen, the gold of the dancing White Horse Inn. The lute cradled by Gildy begins to play a cheerful melody. Clap, 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 pon, paka, pon, pon, pon. I love that golden, what a splendid mound, pon, paka, pon, pon, pon. I won't give it to anyone. I keep it all to myself. I love it. Pon, paka, pon, pon, pon. But really, I want to share. I want to see your smiles, pon, paka, pon, pon, pon. Everyone, come on over. Let's eat together, pon, paka, pon, 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 and pon. It's truly delicious, everyone. Taste it. Saying that, Gildy pulls out a loaf made by the owner of the Dancing White Horse Inn from a bag. The customers crowd in. Song seems to end. You... Alcohol! No, alcohol. You shout, alcohol! The tavern owner, looking embarrassed, brings you a drink. Alright. Let's talk to Havelock. Speak to Havelock. He looks gloomy. He seems really down. What do you talk about? Havelock? Tell me about Havelock. He says that maybe because he has lived without freedom for so long, he has a strong sense that what you're given is everything. And he cherishes whatever is right in front of him. Like a gladiator, he says, what he likes is touching good weapons, and what he hates is taking lives needlessly. Grim? You talk about Grim.
もし父親がいたとしたら、あのグリムのような男なのだろうと思う。勇敢で弱い者を助けるために、俺なんかのために。
Ingeborg's magic? Talk about Ingeborg's magic. Havelock asks, why didn't the witch Ingeborg's magic work on you? I resisted with everything I had. You explain to Havelock, you learn to resist magic by being subjected to it again and again. You can't get hit again and again by a magic that kills you, Havelock says with a laugh. The attack on the princess. Bring up the attack on the princess. You say, you make it out of that dangerous castle and finally reach a safe city, and yet someone leaves you badly hurt. It must be awful. Stop talking. Also, congrats on being in the basement now, Dole. I hope that's cooler. Havelock says, talking with you calms me down a bit. Then he adds, I'm going to have another drink. Stands up and heads to the counter to order. Talk to the tavern keeper. Speak to the tavern keeper. Out of the blue, he asks, got any idea who attacked the princess? Not yet. Let's see, just between us, I got a bad feeling about Prince Canute. Tavern keeper says, then goes back to serving customers. How much is bread and cheese? I can buy one that restores 2 HP. Yeah, sure. Give me a Benar bowler. Who else in the city? Basement is laundry time while I wrestle with installing Blizzard games on Linux. Ooh, sounds awful. Worried about the princess's injury, he tries to pry every detail from you. Oh yeah, here's your twink, Dola. This is for you. Oodles had the werewolf. This is yours. When you say, if you're that worried, go see her. If I get too involved, I'll forget my own mission, he starts. Truth is, and stops short. Sorry. Let's leave for the castle by evening. I'll be waiting at the Hindle gate, he says, and walks off. Follow after him and leave the tavern. There you go. Vim Twink, you say? Bard Twink. Plays a mean lute, apparently. Okay, I don't need to do that. The Ruta Tavern we went to, North Gate, Magic Shop, Back Alley. Back Alley. It is always the bards. You step off the bright street and into a dim back alley. No one's around. It's eerily quiet. As you slip into an even narrower path, you spot someone in the shadows, crouched down in a thick cloak. Can you begin to match the charisma? Yeah, see, that's where you complete each other, though. He can do all the things that you might not feel comfy doing. He might also be a lich or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. You approach the crouching figure and peer at his face. Prince Canute. No, it's Otto. Hey, Otto greets you weakly. You have any food? I haven't eaten since this morning, he says. I do have some food. Here you go. The Benar bowler. I'm glad I bought that. Thank you, Otto says. He stuffs the bread into his mouth and sobs as he says, it's good. Tell him the princess was attacked. What? Otto blurts, shocked, then he sinks, muttering, Is it my fault? Yeah, it's probably Baron Bitsakam's doing. He's in league with the witch Ingeborg, you know. It's got nothing to do with me anymore, he says, and walks away. Nothing else for you here. You move on. Neat. Knights HQ? This is just where the princess was. How is it? You still have nothing to report. Okay, yeah, that's fair. The Hindle Gate. Make your way to the Hindle Gate. Gildy is there. You talk to Gildy. Speak to Gildy. Did you defeat the stone giant at the North Gate? Asked Gildy. Not yet. But I'm heading to the Dark Castle. Answer, not yet. Go elsewhere. Okay, so we should go take care of this first. You arrive at the North Gate. About 20 armed soldiers stand in a line blocking the gate doors. In front of them, a crowd of residents has gathered, and they seem to be arguing with the soldiers. As you approach, a man rushes up. Hey, you. You can take down that stone giant, right? Still got little kids. Before he can finish, another man cuts in. Stop it. Don't get in our way. Shut up, another man shouts. A fight breaks out among the residents. Talking to the residents. Word that you're fighting the golem has apparently spread all through the Hindle zone, and they seem to be here as spectators. Clash started when the soldiers tried to break up the crowd. Talk to the soldiers? I need to drink water again. My brain is in full ADHD mode and doesn't think to drink. Nearly drowned myself, I think. Speak to the armed soldiers. They aren't knights. They're the private soldiers of Baron Bitsicum. Baron has ordered us to let no one pass beyond here, the soldier declares. You? Negotiate by bringing up the witch. Negotiate using the princess's name. Bring up the witch. You explain the witch Ingeborg's scheme and try to negotiate. You appeal to the soldier's conscience, telling them countless lives are at stake, but your words don't reach them. Go back to Knight's headquarters and report this to the princess. Arrive at the Knight's headquarters. See Princess Leaguemore. Slowly pushes herself and asks, how is it? Consult her about the North Gate. Consult the princess about the North Gate. Baron Bitsicum, I see. What does he gain by keeping the North Gate shut? The princess thinks for a while, then. According to the fairy Cyrus, a few days ago his entire family was killed by the witch. It may have something to do with that. Let's ask you to meet Baron Bitsicum and tell him. We should abandon the capital for now and rebuild our footing. Okay. So yeah, we know about that because yeah, the entire family was murdered. Pass through the gate of Baron Bitsicum's enormous estate. The front door is shut and locked. You? Knock and call a servant. No servant comes. You knock harder. Still no servant. Just as you're about to knock even harder, a voice finally answers. Keeping you waiting for a while, a servant leads you into a large room on the first floor. Ah, you! I'm in your debt, says Bitsicum. What name do you go by? Bitsicum's question, you give your name. But nary, I've heard of you. Yes, yes, do come in. Baron Bitsicum's now in high spirits, ushers you inside. Deliver the princess's message. Pass along the princess's words. We should abandon the royal capital for now and rebuild our footing, and ask for his help escaping the city. He insists. The Lucifang army is out there. It's dangerous. You won't listen at all. You? Use the mirror of truth. Peer into the mirror of truth. Strangely, even when you look at Bitsicum through the mirror, no knowledge enters your minds because he's being controlled. Feels as if the Baron's mind is protected by magic or something like it. We're finished here, I'll take my leave. With that he retreats. Nothing else for you. You move to another part of the city, so I should have brought up the family. Maybe that would have broken you free of the thing. So yeah, by doing that instead of yeah, if I'd mentioned your family, maybe something better would have happened. Knights HQ. Princess, it didn't work. Told the princess about Bitsicum. I see, that is a difficult situation, she says deep in thought. After a while she adds, I'll do what I can on my end as well, and she asks you to speak with the soldiers at the North Gate one more time. You greet the princess and leave. This is being ordered around everywhere. Come to the North Gate. Just as before, the Baron's private soldiers line up to block the gate doors. A lot of residents have gathered. Talk to them. Speak to one of the Baron's private soldiers. Same as always, the door will never open. Go home. Cast an invisibility spell, force your way through, offer a bribe. Forcing my way through might be a little bit dangerous with my current equipment. I'm gonna force my way through. Try to push through the private soldiers by force. For an instant, your hands reaches the great doors, but the soldiers shove you back. Think of another way. I don't think appealing to their conscience is going to work. This won't be that simple. You think of another way. Cast a sleep spell on a soldier. Rally the residents. That might get some of them killed. I don't want to do that. I don't have any gold to scatter. I'm going to cast the sleep spell. Cast the sleep spell on one of the soldiers. He collapses. The others fly into a range and surround you. Seeing that, the residents rush in like fish to water and a massive brawl begins. Insults and angry shouts echo as fistfights break out everywhere. Roll one die and see what happens. It's one. Shit. In the crush of the bodies, you take hits again and again. Roll one dice and take as many wounds as the number shown. If you die, go to 14. Oh, okay, just one. People brawling, people arguing, people screaming, spectators, gawkers. You're caught in a crush of people and it's already spinning out of control. Whole area plunges into chaos. There's nothing for it but to give up on opening the north gate. You go elsewhere. Princess, it didn't go well. I'm gonna be real with you. Blockade won't lift. Blockade won't lift. I see. You think she'll look sad, but she shows you a fierce, determined look. We don't need to give up yet. We simply must not let the witch use the power of the four spirits. The princess asked, to stop the witch's ambition, could you go to the castle? That was my plan from the start. Even without you telling me, I meant to head to the castle from the start. And so, let me thank you. Truly thank you, the princess says with a smile. As I told you before, my friend Oscar the monkey is hiding in the castle. He carries a bracelet that seals the great wind spirit, one of the four. Take the bracelet from him and either drain it of its magic power or destroy it. This will send you a handkerchief. If you let Oscar smell this, he'll surely hand over the bracelet. The vessel that seals the powers of the remaining great spirits, fire, water, and earth should also be hidden somewhere in the castle. Please find them and destroy them, the princess begs you. And this is a floor plan. It should help, she adds. You receive a map showing the castle and its interior. Please come back safely, promise me. May fortune be with you. There's nothing else for you here. You move on to another part of the city. Okay. I think we go to the gate now. Can I go nap? Nope, I can't nap for free. Alright. The Hindle Gate. Make your way to the Hindle Gate. Gildy is there. You? Talk to Gildy. Are you ready yet? I'm ready. Gildy winks one golden eye at you. Oh, what if you're a half werewolf? Suddenly wonder about Gildy's purpose. Why does he go to such a dangerous castle? It's tied to his looks. He has a grudge against the witch. To steal the golden eye. You wonder if he's trying to steal the golden eye, this time for sure. Just then Havelock comes over. Kept you waiting. You don't have much time. Oh, wait, yeah, you're actually reading the line this time. Gildy urges you on. You pass through the Hindle Gate. Ahead, just as when you first saw it, the sky begins to stain red between the dark, cold houses. And beyond them, the gigantic castle. You head once more for the Dark Castle. Based on your actions and choices, you gain 77 XP. Would you like to save your game? I would. Alright. Since it did just save and that's a new chapter, I think that's probably a good spot to stop. I know this was like a short stream today, but we almost reached 2 hours. But, yeah. I think we can stop there. I think this is best to handle in short bursts, too, so... have a good time zone and all of that. I'll be back with, the desktop game tomorrow. But, good time zone. Bye-bye.